Welcome to latest News Blaster. The world of hip-hop has always been fierce, full of egos, pride, and lyrical battles. But this time, things took an unexpectedly personal turn. Cardi B, known for her bold tongue and unapologetic energy, has found herself at the center of another storm, one that fans say went too far. The rapper, who has had a long-standing feud with Nicki Minaj, reportedly made a shocking remark involving Nicki's son, and it has sent social media into absolute chaos. For years, fans have watched the tension between Cardi B and Nicki Minaj escalate like a ticking time bomb. What began as subtle shade turned into open hostility, from red carpet confrontations to music video symbolism and cryptic tweets. Yet no one expected the conflict to reach the level it has now. When children become part of the conversation, even die-hard fans draw the line. And that's exactly what's happening across the internet right now. How it all started. A feud written in history. The Cardi vs Nicki rivalry dates back to 2017, when both women were dominating the charts. Cardi B's breakout hit Bodak Yellow had taken the world by storm, and Nicki Minaj, the established queen of rap, suddenly had competition. What might have remained a healthy rivalry quickly turned ugly when both fanbases began pitting the artists against each other. At first, both rappers denied any tension, but the smiles in interviews were short-lived. Soon, there were passive-aggressive posts, subliminal lyrics, and interviews that hinted at a deeper resentment. By 2018, the feud exploded publicly during New York Fashion Week, when the two allegedly clashed at a Harper's Bazaar party, with reports claiming Cardi threw a shoe at Nicki. That fight became one of the most talked-about pop culture moments of the decade. Since then, the women have traded indirect shots, but the feud never truly ended. Over time, both seemed to move on, focusing on their families and careers. But last week, the internet was set ablaze once again when Cardi B allegedly mentioned Nicki Minaj's son in a controversial social media exchange. The controversial comment, "when words hit too deep." According to multiple viral clips circulating online, Cardi B made a remark during a heated Twitter Space discussion that many interpreted as a dig at Nicki Minaj's child. The comment, while not directly naming the boy, was framed in a way that fans immediately recognized as referring to Nicki's son, affectionately known by fans as Papa Bear. In the clip, Cardi reportedly said something about karma hitting through bloodlines, and then mentioned how some people's kids ain't speaking or listening to them. Maybe that's a sign. The internet exploded. Within minutes, hashtag Cardi B is cancelled and hashtag Protect Papa Bear were trending worldwide. Fans of Nicki Minaj, known as the Barbs, unleashed a digital storm, calling the comment disgusting, evil, and unforgivable. Many accused Cardi of crossing a sacred boundary, dragging a child into a feud that should have remained between adults. One fan tweeted, "You can beef all you want, but mentioning a child's condition is beyond cruel. This isn't entertainment anymore. This is bullying." Another wrote, "Nicki's son is innocent. This line should never have been crossed." Cardi B's reaction: denial, defensiveness, or damage control? After the backlash, Cardi B took to X, formerly Twitter, to defend herself. In a series of posts, some deleted later, she claimed her words were twisted. "You're always trying to make me look like the bad guy," she wrote. "I never mentioned nobody's child by name. Stop lying on my name for clout." But fans weren't buying it. They accused her of using deniability as a shield while still making intentional digs. Even neutral fans began to question why Cardi would bring up any reference to a child's health or development at all, especially given how sensitive such topics can be. A social media analyst who tracks influencer trends told Pop Culture Source, "When an artist like Cardi B, who has millions of followers, says something like that, even if it's vague, people will connect the dots. The internet doesn't forget, especially when it involves family." The damage, it seems, was already done. Clips of the moment spread across TikTok, YouTube, and Instagram. Some users even edited the footage to make it look more dramatic, adding captions and emotional music, further inflaming the controversy. Nicki Minaj's silence, the calm before the storm. Surprisingly, Nicki Minaj has remained publicly silent about the incident, at least for now. Her last posts on social media have been focused on music promotion and her fans, but insiders say Nicki was deeply hurt by the comment. A source close to the rapper reportedly told Entertainment Buzz, "Nicki doesn't play when it comes to her family. She's a mother now. That part of her life is sacred." Cardi mentioning her child, even indirectly, was a line that should never have been crossed. The source added, "Don't mistake silence for weakness. Nicki's not going to fight on Twitter. She'll respond her own way." Fans are now speculating whether Nicki might respond through music. After all, the rap queen has a history of turning real-life drama into lyrical fire. Many believe her next verse or feature could subtly or directly address Cardi's remark. The internet divides, Team Nicki versus Team Cardi, again. As always, the internet divided itself into two camps. The Barb's Nicki's fans flooded social media, with hashtags like #Nicki Minaj deserves respect, while Cardi's fans, the Bardi gang, rushed to her defense. Cardi's supporters argued that her words were taken out of context and exaggerated by haters. They pointed out how misinformation spreads quickly in fan-driven conflicts, especially when one phrase can be clipped and re-edited for virality. One user posted, "Cardi didn't say anything about that baby directly. People just want drama. Y'all act like she named him. She didn't." But critics countered that the implication was clear and cruel. Another user replied, "You don't have to say a name when everyone knows who you mean. Words carry energy and she knew exactly what she was doing." Influencers, podcasters, and even mainstream journalists joined the conversation, debating whether Cardi B crossed the moral line or whether the internet was overreacting. The bigger issue, when feuds turn into family wars. Beyond the gossip and hashtags lies a deeper issue, the blurred line between entertainment and personal cruelty. Rivalries in the music industry aren't new, but the way social media amplifies them has made every feud more public, more emotional, and more invasive. When Cardi and Nicki first clashed, it was about music, who had the bigger hit, the bolder bars, the flashier image. But now, the feud has evolved into something darker, where families are being dragged into the battlefield. Celebrity psychologist Dr. Karen Lewis commented in an interview, "What we're seeing is a breakdown of empathy in celebrity culture. Fans egg on their idols, pushing them to clap back for entertainment. But when children are mentioned, that's not entertainment. It's trauma disguised as drama." Inside